a living, Newman?
I'm a United States postal worker.
Aren't those the guys that always go crazy and come back with a gun and shoot everybody?
Sometimes.
Why is that?
Because the mail never stops. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. There's never a let-up. It's relentless. Every day it piles up more and more and more, and you gotta get it out. And the more you get out, the more it keeps coming in. And then the barcode reader breaks, and it's Publishers Clearinghouse Day.
All right. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Really? Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums, getting all swollen, with a light blue hue to them, fresh and juicy, ready for the picking.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Well, rise and grind. Rise and grind, everybody. Game time, Brian. Otherwise known as a mailman headed into work. Not to do his appointed rounds, but to manage this morning. Yes, final day of managing for a while. Good morning, everybody. Rough day to be a Philly fan yesterday, a Philadelphia general sports fan. Yes, rough day. Rough day. You know, again, football's a long season left to go. Eagles are still atop of the division for now. We'll get to that. Philadelphia Phillies. Kirkering, the pitcher. One thing you're supposed to know: Phillies lose 2-1 to the Dodgers in 11 innings, bottom of the 11th, something like that. And Phillies should, not have lost the game there anyway. Again, you're only going to score one run, you're going to lose the game. So Ryan Kirkering aside, but one thing they teach you a long time ago, you need to know what you're doing with the ball before the ball comes to you, right? In baseball, it's big that way. You need to know what to do with the ball before it comes to you. I don't know why this shit ain't working, but it's pissing me off. Ryan Kirkering, ball comes back, 2 outs, bases loaded. You got to understand the situation, Ryan. I'm not sure. Put in the comments, was it bases loaded? I watched the Eagles game. Did the whole game because it was a shocking result. We'll get to that. But just to wrap up the Philly season, bases loaded. I believe it was full count, but if it wasn't a full count, the man on third is running on contact. It's bases loaded. They're going. There's 2 outs. You have to go. Not contact. On the release of the pitch, if it's full count, it's the release of the pitch. If it's not full count, then obviously on first contact, you are gone. Kirkering fielded the ball, bobbled it. Number one, the only way you go home is if you have a peripheral and you know that the guy's not running hard. That's not going to happen here. You were never getting the guy at home, even if you fielded it properly, most likely. You would have had to have been perfect. You should have went to first. By not going to first, Dodgers score. Dodgers win. Sucks. So that's it. Philly season's over yet again. This is like the Braves run where they keep winning divisions and you keep losing. Even though the Braves did win one World Series. Put it in the comments. Did they win a second one in that run under Bobby Cox? I believe they won the division 11 straight years, I believe. But last night, the Birds 34-17. I was shocked at what I was seeing. I picked the Eagles. A guy at work, Eagles, likes to joke around. The custodian, he thinks, he wants to be funny all the time. Oh, how much you think Eagles are going to win tonight? Okay, you got your ass kicked, all right? Well, he probably called out today, though. My guess, he banged out. He can't handle it. Nobody's going to say nothing. Shit happens. But I kind of thought it was going to be around 7 to 10 points. I did not expect a blowout of the New York Giants, 34-17. Shout out to Eagle Drew coming in, doing the walk of shame. Listen, I'm not going to say much about it other than thank you. Rob A, we kind of have a deal. In high tense, high pressure situations, leave each other alone. I'm not going to text them and say, what happened, or analyze. I ain't got time for analyzing. You know what happened. Just look at the game. Saquon was running good early. Giants did make adjustments, but I believe, put in the comments, he averaged 4.8 yards a carry. I think he should have went more. He ended up at like 58 yards. So, I feel like he should have ran the ball more. Dallas Goedert before the game. Dallas caught at least 9 or 10 balls for over 100 yards. AJ got involved. Devontae was involved. Again, I think what you're seeing is the offensive line is not it's not consistently good. And that defense, I've been saying it. We've been hearing about how great the Eagles defense is, yet they're not looking great in a lot of positions. And then right before the game, you hear about Jalen Carter not playing. It seems like if Jalen's not playing, that's just why I go back to game one. Dallas should have won the game. I think Eagles won that game in large part due to the emotion. They played good defense at times in the second half. Dallas just didn't get the job done. It was there for them. I mean, you look at the tape, there was people open. Shout out to the Eagles for winning it. But we all said they should have won the game. Dallas should have lost to the Giants. I told Drew last night, Dallas should have lost to the New York Giants. So, Jesse, your team is not that far away. People go, they're that far. Okay. I mean, I understand. What team in the NFL is that good? I got news for you. The Chiefs are going to lose again this week. The Chiefs are going to lose this week. I'm telling you now. Chiefs are not great. So who's a juggernaut? To be determined. Detroit now? Well, I already said you can't be a juggernaut all year. Detroit's playing good now. Are they going to be playing good at the end of the year? This is up for grabs. This is starting to shape up unfortunately, like I predicted, the Washington Commanders. We'll see about the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see. We'll see what happens with them. They got to get their act together. They got to go on a run here and beat good teams. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Dallas has to beat Washington next week. But in order to get to next week, you got to go in and take care of business on the road this week in Carolina. They've had success in Carolina. Carolina's 2-0 at home. I don't want to hear scrub team. Because Eagle fans, you just got wiped by a so-called scrub team. I told everybody. The difference between the bottom and the top ain't a lot. Especially right now when the elite isn't very elite. Tell me in the comments who's elite right now. Detroit, they lost. Last year, it's night and day. Again, people, last year is gone. Last year is long gone. Last year is in the history books. Totally different. Just open your eyes and see. Now, to my Eagle people, does this mean you're done? No, it does not. Eagles still have the potential to go on a run. They are in first still, and Eagles everything is right in front of you. I won't do a blanket statement and say Eagles are done, Eagles are this. Right now, they're not good. I said it last week. Hold that thought. Hey, I got a mobile order for Brian. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jody Mack. Appreciate it. Anyway, they're not playing good. It's not a mystery. People say you're trolling or you're... No, I'm not. Play good and I'll say good things. I knew I was going to do a video, but people get all in the panties in a bunch. Thank you. Appreciate it. People get their panties in a bunch when I do any sort of video. Oh, you're a Cowboy fan. No, stop. No, I'm a sports fan. I'm an NFC East fan. Yeah, I'm a Dallas fan. But, I live in South Jersey. I'm going to cover the Eagles. Eagles had a closed-door meeting Okay? So my question is to the Eagle fandom. Lord Von, Bruce Banner, Eagle Drew, Rob A. I'm worried about Hamid. We need to do a well check on Hamid. Hamid, either he's A, he's not well, or B, he's in a cave. Either way, that's not acceptable, Hamid, when you like to run and chirp when you win, and then you disappear when you lose. Support the channel, brother. You want to be a mod? Support and hang out on the Zoom call. Drop a super chat every once a year. I mean, you know, you just can't come in, be negative, laugh at our 30-year run of no Super Bowl, and then disappear after a loss. Calling all cars. Hamid. Looking for Hamid. Anyway, whenever a team does a team-only meeting, meaning no coaches, right? And they aired a lot of grievances. Again, this is what happens post-Super Bowl. That's why it's hard to repeat. The only usually you repeat is when you keep everybody intact, but it's usually not for the long-term gain unless everybody's young. Like a Milton Williams, like I've gone over it. And I'm like, everything's kind of hit perfectly for you guys to get back with a lot of young guys. I didn't see Ty Robinson last night. We heard all, you know, after the draft how Ty Robinson was going to be a beast. Please, if he played, he wasn't in the stat sheet or I missed it. Please put it in the comments. Did he not suit up? Does that mean he's a failure? No. But again, I try and tell people it's tough when you get rid of people. When you win, people want to get paid. You can't keep them all. I would have done the same thing as the Eagles did, but it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost. They had a team-only meeting, and the team-only meeting was AJ, was Devontae, was Jalen, was Saquon, you know, and this could go one of two ways in these team meetings. One of two ways. Either you come out and it's a fool's gold, you play great, which I kind of thought they were going to do last night. And then if Flitter's out because the team you're playing isn't very good, Jesse, sorry. Or it does work. There's three ways. And you sustain it and you beat a team who's better than everybody thinks, the Giants. Not sorry, Jesse. I think you got a future with Jackson Dart. Or worst case scenario, you have a team meeting where you air grievances and you go out and you get blown out on the road against the New York Giants. You decide whether the Giants are good or bad. You decide. I don't know. I know the Giants, per a lot of Eagle fans, were better than Dallas coming into the year. Now, we all know that Giants' defensive front. Okay, we'll go front. Now, their corners looked good last night. Did they totally stop the Eagles? No. You saw. I told you. Dallas Goedert was going to cook. AJ had, 80-some yards, 90 yards? AJ had a good game. I don't know what the problem is. Well, I know, but I'm not going to sit there and hammer it down your throat. You figure it out. I know what it is. I've been saying it. But we need to find out if the Giants are good. Giants have won now 2 games. Giants won their second game. Okay? We heard how Giants defense, the front, is very talented. Now, the first drive, Eagles went right down the field. Eagles kind of blew it when they had to settle for the field goal. They were running the ball good. Again, I didn't understand the Tank Bigsby trade. I know it was only a 5th, I think. Put in the comments, what did they give up for Tank Bigsby? I didn't understand it. I did not understand it. But you're not running them. So, why aren't you running Tank Bigsby? I mean, I don't know. I guess the backup is still hurt, who ran all over Dallas, to Saquon. You know, I was listening to WIP yesterday, and they were like, well, we, like everybody said, once you come back from that many carries, you're never the same, which is true. I don't know that Saquon doesn't look that much slower to me. But the wear and tear, maybe they're going easy, but then why throw him $14 million just because? That's the one thing I didn't understand. Now, it's not affecting nothing. They still could do a move or two if they need, Eagles, but you threw extra money at Saquon, I guess, as a thank you. Okay, $14 million. Okay, I didn't understand that. But you go out and get Tanks Bigsby, and you didn't. Again, I said at the time, I mean, you needed to go out and get a cornerback. You do. You needed a corner. I'm sorry, I don't think your offensive line is that great. You had Lane last night. You had Mailata. You didn't have Dickerson. That's the one guy you didn't have. I mean, this is what happens. It's attrition. Why am I going this way like a weirdo? It's attrition. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough loss for the Eagles. Tough night. Again, I feel bad for the Philly fans in this respect. Your baseball team is done for the year, and then you go to New York and get shellacked. I thought for sure in the second half, Eagles would come out and take over. I was setting up a Jesse meltdown, and it never really happened. Eagles had a few stops. There was like 2 or 3 drives in a row where Eagles did good. But the meltdown never arrived. And that's concerning. That's concerning. I feel lucky that we beat the Giants, and we probably should have lost them at home. But we turned the page. Unfortunately for the Eagle fans, you got to stew on that. When do you play next? Probably next. You got 10 days. I think you play I don't know if it's the Vikings. We talked about the 4-game stretch, where they were going to roll. Well, okay, you lost to you lost to Denver Broncos at home, who was, they're really good. So, okay. Again, I hear what you're saying, but Eagles really should have won last week. Let's be honest. They should have won the game. Bogus call at the end. There you go, Logan. Clear! The Vikings game. Are you gonna win? Clear!
Oh no! Broke my motherfucking bag. Let me talk to my lady.